Sit back, dear friends, and hear the tale, when fairies flew and ships did sail. You know the stories often told, of Peter Pan, both brave and bold, of Tinker Bell, clever and smart, of evil men born black of heart, adventure and treasure buried in sand, time held its breath in Neverland. But darkness fell on the island fair, a sickness rose of no compare. Each creature and plant fell one by one, no respite found for anyone. So the island died, its people scattered, those left behind broken and battered. Years went by, no end in sight. Then through the darkness came new light. The island breathes and life returns. Within our heroes a fire burns. The drive to find those who are lost, to build a home at any cost. Join pixies, skeletons, a mermaid or two, healers, never boys, and lost boys too. They're here each week, new stories told. So pull up a chair and never grow old.
One. It still says back. Hi!
I'll fix it.
The timing was perfect. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is Friday night. It's time for a little Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons!
We
Dungeons
have,
and Dungeons.
we have.
And you.
Thank you.
And you.
And you. We have a few now. Oh my God.
This is going great.
I'm gonna let somebody else do announcements. No, we have a few.
Here we go.
So this idea about cruise lines, right?
We have it's more Cruise Lines Monster.
Okay.
We have a few announcements before we get started with tonight's show. You can come hang out with us on the Discord. We would love to have you come and hang out with us. Hello, T.E. Graves, Wolf Garin, Icky V, thank you so much. Send me all the axes.
Give me an axe.
Please come hang out with us on the Discord. We have cool items there. We have schedule changes. We've got a play-by-post. We've got inspiration, and we've got memes. So please come and hang out with us. We would love to have you come and hang out with us. We also have a merch store where you can buy cool stuff like the mug that Indigo Chameleon is drinking from, and some of the cool T-shirts that some of our cast members wear that rep the Karma brand. So it helps us keep the lights on. You can also find digital online goods. Not only that, but if you scroll down, if you're watching this on a computer, there's a little online store where you can buy digital stuff for your avatar. From the makers of One Pissed Off Sheep comes One Angry Cat. You can purchase this cat, keep it in your inventory, any of my players if they wish to do so, or non-player if they so wish. And sometimes the situation calls for one angry cat. So feel free to do that. And once again, it helps us keep the lights on here. Look, they can't all be golden, okay? Like, I'm a fully realized creation. I'm a human being. I'm capable of feelings.
I think a one angry cat could be very useful.
I think
personally.
I knew you would say that. So
You
thank
from
you.
Whammo, One Pissed Off
Who dat?
Who dat cat? That's where the idea came from. So yeah, that's there in the store. We also have stream points, and those are for free. They're at the bottom of the chat. The more you tune in, the more you help us raid other channels and share the love, the more stream points you earn. Oh my God, Magnoth has 32,000 stream points. So there you go. For free. So yeah, you can use those to highlight messages, buy magical items and potions and things of that sort. I may just do some crazy amount, like 100,000 to be deified. So in one of the universes.
Give me 2 weeks.
What? Oh my god.
So yeah, what?
Do you
The
understand
what?
what you're saying right now?
A date with the Raven Queen for 100,000. The upcoming schedule for this week, because it's a little with Thanksgiving. Tomorrow night, we got nothing going on here on the channel, nor do we have anything going on Sunday. There may be a pop-up homebrew and brew with you, with me in full Santa regalia, because I have a Santa gig that night. So tune in, and we'll see
I feel
who's.
like more people will tune in knowing that you might be in full Santa regalia.
I will be there.
I will be here on your lap.
And
like,
for
hey.
Christmas, I would like two nat 20s.
Quick, let's go around the table. What class is Santa?
Oh no, hold
Rogue.
on.
Oh gosh.
Rogue?
Oh yeah, he's got to be.
Oh, he's a
rogue.
wizard.
Wizard?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer?
Well, can he be a multi-class like wizard?
Sure.
Rogue? Like he's got
He's
to
a
be, right?
warlock.
He's a warlock?
He's taking on the spirit of Christmas. So bright over his shoulder. Oh, I'm going in a whole dark
Wait,
Santa
he's a
direction.
slayer.
But he's a
Can you do
saint, so would he be a paladin?
Icky says rogue arcane trickster. That's
that? Well,
close.
maybe he's
My
a
brain
paladin.
is
Might be
exploding.
There's a correct
Saint
answer?
Nicholas, he might be a paladin.
I was going to say paladin.
I just want him to be a bard.
Oh, Christmas Carol Bard.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no.
I write down.
Write that
Thank
down.
you, write that down. So tune in for Sunday. There might be a cool Santa homebrew and brew with you. Watch me get hopped up on eggnog. Monday night, we also don't have anything going on, but because we, Indigo Chameleon and I think, yes, Monswall, Miss Audie, are going to be over at Random Encounter Productions. We all get to play together, and I get to use a brand new character that I've never played. It's a recycled character. So please come and tune in and enjoy that. That would be a lot of fun. Tuesday, we go to Wonder, where we continue our assault on the Red Keep and figure out what is going on there. A Wine in Hand joins us for one more show before the lovely and talented Gypsy Wolf returns to us as Tweedledee. So tune in for that. And then we are actually off for the rest of the week. Like, there's nothing going on. Like, there's no
We got
never that
canceled.
week because you got canceled.
Guys, the studio just
there's
didn't have
no-
the budget for a Christmas special or a Thanksgiving special for you. Sorry.
There's no Lost Isle. There's no the
of
Neverland this
Friendsgiving.
next coming week. But we encourage you to spend time with your family
And teach them.
and
D&D.
teach them D&D.
And then stream it. so we
Record
can watch.
everything, and then stream it so we can watch. Yeah, how about that? How about you quit being selfish for just 1 second,
You do the
and
work. this
you
time.
stream a little, and I'll watch. How about that? Okay, I'm.
You know how much work goes into this stream? No, because you only think about yourself.
Scraps
No,
will
Nana.
be taking a much needed break the later half of the week.
Yep.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time
die.
in Neverland, we did a little bit of exploring around Neverland, and we stumbled upon a. I stream. You can watch me.
Stream? You can watch me?
Icky V cries. I'm sorry, Icky. I haven't even had whiskey. I'm just
Wait,
so
Iggy's streaming? What are we doing here?
Everybody,
soon.
switch over.
No. I love you, Icky. Please don't listen to the person whose name is the actual channel telling you to stop watching and go somewhere else. Please, God. I'm in hell. This is my hell.
Tonight's gonna be fun.
So if you drown in the pool of a
Des
cruise ship,
Bahai.
That's me.
Des Bahai discovered that a village that she had done a lot of talking to and stayed with for long periods of time was still being preserved through the sickness and was caught in a bit of a time bubble. They were led to this by a small child that Des Bahai seemed to recognize as the child that had been leaving care packages and small parcels for her throughout the adventures in Neverland. Through the work of this small child and the help of a newfound ally in Neverland, Trinket, Trinket, a beautiful woman with a long silvery hair that looked like moonlight. They were able to break this time loop, save the people of this town, and destroy what looked to be one of the last remnants of the Tired here in Neverland. We find the group where the bubble popped. Des Baha'i is taking a little bit of time to establish the new leadership changeover that is happening in this small town. And while she's here, she's being helped by Rovar, the resident Furbolg, who is assisting in this changeover with her and adding his expertise, his companionship. And he says, I will remember to mute you guys this time when my stream starts. Apparently, when she started her stream last night, you could hear, hello, everybody. That's great. We're the battle music. So, adventurers. I know that we would all rested and taken a long rest or getting ready. Yes, we are resting right now.
Wow, it's like, hey, believe me.
Clip had gone over to a hillside and was expressing some of her frustrations in the day when she had let out this howl, and this small howl returned in kind.
And then she cried.
and then she cried, and then Clip cried, and then so you have a choice to make here. You have been granted safe passage in this village, and there are people that will take the watch, including Rovar and other individuals. However, I'm not here to tell you how to do you. If somebody wants to stay up or spend a little bit of time, you're more than welcome to do that. But for the most part, I would say mark down a long rest. Take the windfall from the universe for the good that you have done, and take your long rest in peace and comfort. Those of you that rest, go ahead and recoup those spell slots, reset your HP. When you awake the next morning, you awaken to an unfamiliar sound to some of you. It's life. You've spent a little bit of time with Daisy, and there was even that night that you guys spent in the village, but there's life here. There's children running around. There's the sound of people talking and conversing and moving about the village, looking to reinforce homes, and some of the damage that was done, that was just happened to be an accidental payment to you guys pushing this dome and the darkness sort of flooding the area. So people are talking and conversing as you all wake up in your respective little huts and things of that sort. The smell of food being cooked permeates the air a little bit, and as you all wake up to go have breakfast, sitting around the campfire and enjoying a hearty breakfast is a familiar face, as Fortunato sits there with Edwin Reynolds hopping about happily and entertaining some of the children. Occasionally, Edwin Reynolds will sit and shake his butt and poop out a little piece of candy, and the kids will all scream in happiness and run off and chasing after him.
You turn up in the weirdest places.
That.
Hey!
We gotta stop meeting like those. People are
You
gonna start
guys!
Why does everything in Neverland poop food?
I am chasing after the bunny to get candy.
Sure, it's odd. It's so here's the scene. It's younger children chasing after it until Thistle gets up and starts shoving small children out of the way. She's like the bunny.
Thistle?
Oh, she's like 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
Elbowing like
Okay.
6-year-olds.
Yeah.
6 or 7 year olds. Yeah, and she's like, all right, my turn.
She's also used to getting a great deal of her food supply from being
Pooping animals.
Food?
It's in.
Oh,
She is in her wheelhouse as she's like, I got this, and begins to chase after Edwin Reynolds. Breakfast is had throughout the village, and people just sort of give you a little bit of space as you go about your day. I would say near the end of breakfast, Rovar comes and sits down and joins the group, and is like, "Hey,
What's up?
how are you, pal?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Bring it in, man. It's great to see you." And he gives Fortunato a big hug and says, "So where are you guys going now?"
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Wolf.
What?
Wolf. How? Have to go look.
Yeah, I mean there have been some weird stuff going on with
Wait,
the
like-
animals. This
Like
is actually.
howling?
I spent a little bit of
Yes.
time yesterday communing with nature, and it's odd because we've been in the bubble for so long. I've noticed that there's a lack of wildlife in the
Yes.
area. Like you've noticed it too.
No house. Long time.
No house for a
Last
long
night,
time.
one house.
One house. Yeah.
Wolf family.
Can I pay you guys? Do you guys do like freelance work or things like that, or do you just kind of go where the wind takes you?
They
it's a
are
little
in
bit of
need of
both.
some money right now. By the way, here. That's a little scroll right in front of you. That's for you.
For who? Which me?
Yes.
He puts it in front of you.
Can I read?
Yeah.
It? I mean, I can't read.
On this scroll is
No.
it looks to be an itemized list of everything that you have gotten from Fortunato,
Oh, Bill.
including cannonballs, trick arrows.
We thought we were friends. It was not that.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, it's an invoice.
Oh my god, how's it over here now?
the fire detection ring that works by touch that you place upon your hand, and while you are wearing it, if you stick your hand in fire, you can tell if there is fire there. Like it is an itemized list of magical items.
How much is it?
About 300 gold.
300 gold?
Yeah, we do freelance work. Why do you ask?
Rovar goes, "Hey, how about this? I'll take care of that."
Oh, I was about to. It's fine though. I was just like, here you go.
As he points to a bug behind him and he smacks the bug. Stupid thing. How about this? I'll take care of that. All right. The invoice list that you guys have. I'll throw a little extra on top. And this means a lot to me. I have something that we've been sitting on for a while. It's something we found when we were just kind of exploring, but we've had it in sort of the warehouse for a bit, weapon storage, and so you look like you could use a little extra firepower, and nobody here uses an axe. I just use these guys, and he points to his back with the little mushrooms on it.
They are good. Good mushrooms.
He's like, yeah, they're fun guys.
This
Huh?
is the 5th time you've said that joke, but very
And
good.
it's great every time.
It is.
And it
You're
keeps
really
getting
eloquent
funnier
telling
every time.
She's getting more eloquent as she spends more time with you. I don't know if you've noticed, but she's learning.
Getting more eloquent
Um,
from Rovar off.
So I just need you guys to do a little digging and legwork and figure out why the animals have disappeared from this area. What's going on with the wildlife? But if you do that, I'd be happy to help out with your financial troubles. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
What does she say? This is something Audie says to Ryan, not something Clip
This is
says.
something Audie says to herself.
Okay, got it. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys
Think
so
about it.
much.
Um,
Feel free to use the camp as a base if you want to sleep here. I don't know where your travels are going to take you.
Name. Town. Name. Village name.
Do you call the village anything?
We tend not to. Name gives it permanence, and we before we got trapped in a bubble for a long time, we tended to move around. We would follow. Oh, please no. Why don't you call it Rovar's place?
I also called it Bubble, just for the record.
You know what? That's fine. We'll stick with Bubble. I just don't want to be reminded of that time in my life. But yeah, call it Bubble Town.
Rovar's Bubble Place.
Rovar's Bubble Place. Sure. Yeah, that's great.
Robin Rovar?
Yeah. But yeah, call it what you will. You've made a friend of the tribe this day. With your permission, Des is going to stay here and help with this sort of changeover in leadership.
I don't
Des
think we're
does
gonna-
not need permission.
Yeah,
I don't think anything we
I think
can
we
say.
need permission from Des, if anything.
Yeah.
Mom, can I go?
Yeah, why don't I go ask her? And Rovar turns around and sees she's like heatedly talking with somebody and like just absentmindedly like hits them and they go flying back and he's like, I'll talk to her about it later. If you guys want to get started. Yeah.
Before I go, I want to hand the wand back to Robar and say thank you.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Are you sure? I really don't have any sort of use for it or anything. Like.
I don't know what it does.
Oh, yeah. I can teach you that. This is a wand of magic missiles. I don't know if you have. I mean, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. But
I mean, I can just borrow it and I'll bring it back.
yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah?
It's very aggressive. Do you know what magic missiles are?
Oh, I have a little bit.
Yeah. So this is a wand of magic missiles. You can look it up. It's got a certain number of charges that reset. But if you decide to use all the wand's charges in one go, there's a chance that it won't work again. So you currently have in your possession a wand of magic missiles that you can keep on you.
Does it need to be attuned?
It has 7 charges. I don't think it needs to be attuned.
It's consumable. Almost.
Yeah, so for 1 charge, you cast the first level version of the spell. You can cast up to level 7 if you wanted to. It regains 1d6 plus 1 charges at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, if you expend all 7, you got to roll a d20. If you happen to roll a 1, if you expend all 7 charges, the wand crumbles into dust and just floats away.
Ooh, yikes.
It turns
Okay.
into a mushroom, never to be used again.
Yeah. But yeah. Hold on to it. It'll do good for the group.
Axe. Bring it in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he comes in for a big hug and gives you a hug and stuff like that. Did you want the axe right now, or did you want to wait until? I guess it would help you to do this. Okay. Yeah. He goes into the back and he comes out with this huge axe.
Okay.
One might even call it great. Great axe. Great axe. Hang on.
Great axe.
The cousin of the unfortunate axe.
Who?
You're thinking of Unfortunate Axe
Monster.
Monster. Sorry.
I need you to go ahead and give me a religion check. As he brings out this axe.
Is she whizzing too?
Nope, not that one. Cool. 14?
So,
Okay.
this axe comes out to you,
Okay.
and the head of the axe, you're used to seeing the sharpened blades.
Mm-hmm.
The head of this axe looks like bird wings, but it's a black obsidian. Okay, and each engraved feather sports a stylized depiction of a crow on it. And you look at this and you're reminded of this story that one of the animals talked about some sort of bird queen or raveness queen or something along those lines. And so this is called. Rovar hands it to you and he goes, "Oh, this is the Great Axe of Crows." It's you can add it once you get your D&D Beyond. Just know that it is a +1 axe to attacks and damage.
Okay.
As an action, you speak a command word to unleash the magic of the axe, causing a storm of crows to fly from the engravings on the axe of the head and attack anything in the area. All creatures in a 15-foot cone make a DC 15 dex save. If not, the crows just start tearing into them. Then, after it's done, the crows fly back into the axe.
This is all I've wanted ever in my life.
So you can add that to D&D Beyond. It's called the Great Axe of Crows.
Already there, don't you worry.
Okay. It does require attunement, okay?
Okay.
Got it. All right.
What was it?
Great. Yeah, we'll see you guys tonight. And Rovar nods ahead and gives hugs to everybody. And thank you, Icky, for pointing this in my
Clip
direction.
picks him up when they hug this time.
Yeah, I think he'll allow it. It's just full on, like, it never happens like this. And, like, you pick him up and give him
Oh
a
god, Clip can commit murder.
murder act.
Violating the first law of robotics.
No, a group of crows is called a murder.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
Murder.
You're thinking of Murder's Monster?
Yeah, no. No, it's just regular.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
so excited.
Adventurers of Neverland. Let me explain the terrain that you are in for right now. Right now, you are close to running water, as you are. This village is close to a high hill that runs up, and there's a stream that flows down from the hill and splashes down. That's how you were able to push the bubble in, and the stream sort of flows down into a tiny, tiny waterfall that it causes a little stream to go through. It's an ideal place for a village because you have fresh running water. When Clip climbed up this tiny hill and howled at the moon, this is the tiny hill that it was, the one with the water sort of flowing down from it. The weather has changed a bit since when you first came in, where everything was a tad dreary and gray and overcast. With the popping of the bubble and the dismissal of the tired from this particular area, the weather currently is temperate, warm. I mean, it is very nice outside, and I would say it's about midday.
Well, where did you hear the wolf from? What direction? Give us a heading.
DM, which way did I hear the wolf howl from?
It's up on that hill. You didn't hear a heading. You went up there. You did a howl. You heard a small howl, and then in canon you broke down.
Yeah.
So she did not look around. She did not try to I will triangulate to the wolf. No, Clip just went angry sobs.
She heard her family for the first time in like a long time. Give
Grew
her a
up on the
break.
hill.
Are we certain these are wolves and not werewolves? Because werewolves,
What?
Or a
What's
werewolf?
that?
it's like a whole thing. Like a guy gets bit by it's like half wolf. It's like, is it half wolf? I don't know. Then on full moon turns into like a wolf monster. So no, Alright, nothing like that.
I think on the grand scheme of things,
Have I
what we've
heard of
seen-
half wolfmen? Is that a thing I have heard of in the wild?
Give me a history check.
That's also not going to be great for me. Give me a second.
Cool. Anybody that wants to think if they've heard of werewolves before?
Nope.
I mean,
Sure, why not?
That's good.
Nope, I got a 1.
Yeah, your memory's a little
I
wonky to
got
begin with.
Yeah.
I
17.
rolled a
17.
3
Oh.
with a -2. It's 1.
Werewolves? They're wolves. Like, you don't need no. We're werewolves, not swearwolves. Like, that's you just start thinking of jokes that you can say. It's not uncommon for there to be animals that once they bite you, it's not strictly adhered to wolves. You know this more as like a magical thing. Like, you have to be careful of the creatures here in Neverland because a bite can turn into something worse. Like werewolves, yeah, that's one thing. But I mean, bears, coyotes, any creature here has the potential to be magically based and has the ability to corrupt.
Would I have an idea if they would sound different?
I think most of your research up to this point, and it's still coming back to you in chunks, has been purely hypothetical.
Cool.
You know because of
But
your
I didn't hear the
background,
wolf sound,
but you
so.
didn't hear the wolf sound. But
Okay.
but you as she starts bringing this up, the hairs on the back of your neck go up a little bit because you remember a particular incident.
Yeah.
You know, that's the younger you're getting, the more these incidents are coming back. And I would say you wouldn't even try to hide it at this point. As the conversation of wolves, because your eyes naturally dart over Eris, you notice that Slowpoke is looking a little reticent, hesitant. You know, he's not. So.
How was
Wear
Small?
camels.
small? Stop.
Where-
Young.
Whammels, as we call them.
Cub. Small. Pup. How pup? Tiny.
So, small wolf. Like the one that we saw of the child.
Yes. Small.
All right.
Okay.
If werewolf,
Small
small werewolf.
Well, that makes me feel a
It's
little
fine.
better.
And I go up to the top of the hill.
Or it could have been far away.
I know my wolves.
Cool. So Clip leads the group up to a hill that overlooks a spanning forest. If you look down over the left-hand side, you're able to see the village and see the water falling off to the side. If you look If you look over like the right hand side, you see just sort of sprawling forests and things of that sort. It's not a mountain. It's not giving you a bird's eye view of the area.
This side, wonderful, beautiful forest. On this side, Des is punching another person.
Yeah.
This isn't, and just this is only for Ryan. This isn't coastal. This isn't coastal at all. This is more inland than anything else.
No, it is not coastal.
Okay. Just trying to think if Cassie would know anything, but if it's not coastal, then no.
I'm gonna let out another howl here if I get a response.
Okay.
This is gonna be like not like a aggression howl, more of a calling howl. Like
Wait, did Fortunato come with us?
Mhm.
Cool.
I think there's a moment where you're like, wait a second, and you turn around
It's like, wait,
and you're
you're
like,
still here.
Just
All right.
I mean, in fairness, we owe him a bill.
I have to make
He's
sure
with
you
us.
finish this
You-
so that I get my money.
He keeps looking at you and he's like, and he like nods and the bill is still sticking out a little bit and he's like, so we doing this?
Sorry.
Yeah, give me a performance check. I know you speak wolf.
I do. I speak canine.
So I think. Yeah, still give me a performance. This is how loud you can yell it. Do it at advantage, though.
Thanks.
You're also not used to performing in front of an audience.
12.
12.
That's
I think Clip gets in a character, which is it could be a little daunting as she gets.
Literally kind of like goes literally on all fours and like it starts because when she's all around you guys, she walks like a person and like acts like a person as much as she can, but like she's going full wolf at this moment.
Yeah. There's a loud howl that emits from her, and long pause. Pun intended. Another long pause. There's no sound that echoes forth.
Trying to think. She gets back up. Tracking them.
I will say, based on what skill is higher for everybody, a nature or perception check, as Clip does this loud howl into the air, and whichever one you would like.
Perception 19.
Perception 19.
26 perception.
26.
Just 13.
13.
18 perception.
18. Perception. And what was it? 20. Nature or perception?
Perception.
Mine was perception. It was 23.
23.
Oh, I didn't know I was only 2. Hold on. That is
It's all the coffee. It just wakes it up.
it's nat 1, nothing. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
fun.
Electra's going in dice jail.
My over 20s, because this was a hard pull. I'm sorry. She howls and nothing happens, and everybody's like, "Well, nothing happens. Like, no birds go flying off. A sound that size in a wooded area like this, you're gonna see some flurry of movement. Like some rabbit's gonna get spooked, some bird's gonna fly off. Like you're going to see or hear something react to a spot-on predator call, but nothing happens. So while the others are just kind of like, like it happens. Like that crawls at the back of your head a little bit.
I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees and start crawling around looking for bugs. Because you can always find bugs. I'm gonna look under rocks and things like that.
Okay. Nature
Like,
are
if
in.
we're not seeing animals, like the first thing I'm gonna do is look for the animals you see the most.
Sure. Give me a nature or investigation check as she just goes, boom, and like hits the ground like a small kitten and just starts lifting up.
Well, I have a -1 to both, so that's a 5.
Okay.
So I don't find bugs. What?
You don't know why, but Thistle just starts crawling on the ground, like picking up rocks.
Was she
and-
the only one that had over 20? Is that right?
I had 20.
You had 20 as
I had
well?
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys share
Yeah.
this?
I'm gonna say looking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
bugs. Look for bugs. Look for
So you share.
bugs on the ground. Under
Yeah, yeah,
rocks.
yeah.
They like under rocks.
Yeah.
I want to fly up and do a perception.
Okay. Fly up in the air.
I got nothing really to help.
Caca.
How far are you going?
Let's go 30.
You fly up in the air, 30 feet, and you're making a perception check. It's sort of surveying the area.
Yeah.
Are you directly above where everybody else is?
Yeah.
Okay.
9. Not great.
Give me a wisdom save, please.
That's gonna be a fine. Please go away.
Eris, you fly up in the air and you're sort of surveying the area, and then you hear one of the most beautiful songs you've ever heard in your entire life. This song, it speaks to you on a fundamental level.
Okay.
And you just start drifting towards the forest area, away from the camp, away from everybody, because you got to check out this song.
Eris.
Like, Eris is not moving at a fast speed. I was gonna say clip. She's not moving at a clip. This clip's right here. No, like Eris just, and it's not a malicious thing. You gotta figure out what's the source of this. And Eris starts floating in the air,
Eris.
away from the group towards the forest.
Guys.
Cool. I cast fly and I follow.
Okay, up. Give me a wisdom save.
I didn't think that through at all.
Nope.
That seems accurate.
Eris, I got you.
I got you. That's nice.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
You fly up in
Plus
the air.
0, but it's like I rolled an 18.
You fly up in the air, and that song hits you in that same area, but you manage to, like, there's something weird here. There's something wrong. And you manage to shake off, but you could understand why Eris is drawn to it.
Is it somebody singing? Or is it just a song?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like somebody's singing,
Okay.
like, but it's so melodic. It's less of a singing and more of like a, I don't know. It's more guttural than that. Like, it hits you into your core. It's like a nature call or something along those lines.
I'm gonna look down at them. Don't fly. Follow on foot. Or follow foot. Whatever. Words. I go follow.
I can't
Okay.
fly anyway.
That's so much work.
I mean, you can.
I mean, I'm not going to.
Okay, so she says, follow on foot. I'm going to let you do this. You are going to be deaf. I'm going to let you cut off all sound as you place your hands against your ears, but you are not going to be able to hear anything if you continue to fly at this height.
Okay.
It's not one of those, like, once you shake it off the first time, like,
It's done.
because
Yeah.
there's,
Constant thing.
for a reason, there's other things. So you can
Cool.
choose to do this,
Yeah.
but you cannot hear
Okay.
while you fly. And she's just like, ah, like,
Pretty much.
nose first. You guys follow on foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
1000%.
Eris, what's the fly speed for the Neverheart necklace? It allows you to cast fly spell. I believe it's 60 feet.
60 is for Neverheart, but I was not
Okay.
technically using it.
Oh, you were using your wings.
Yes,
What's your
which
fly
was 30.
speed? 30. Okay.
30. Yeah.
It's a little bit easier then. That's probably a great thing. As Eris is flying, but she's going at a speed that's a little easier to keep track of her as you just follow her feet. Eris, you are taken to a small clearing, and you all come upon it first. It's
It
a
is 30. I was just double checking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
very tall tree.
Uh-huh.
It seems to grow higher than a lot of the treetops that are here. That's what you guys see, okay? As you come to this little area. Clip and Eris, Clip, as your hand is covered, there is a bird in this huge nest. And this bird is just sort of twittering out this little song. It looks to be, so think the size of a dog, but it looks like a bird, and it's just a blue bird. Okay, and it's in this huge nest, and it's just twittering out this little song. You all don't hear anything, but you see Eris sort of standing, looking at the top of this tree, just sort of like staring down, like adoringly at this object that's at the top of this tall tree.
Gotta get her down.
That's one of the 4 languages I speak is birds.
But you're.
What's everybody's passive perception?
I can still speak. I just can't
Passive
hear.
13?
Oh, yeah, 17.
15.
15?
13.
13? That's high enough for everybody to, as you guys are like there, you're like, that's weird. Why is Eris? Crap. Surrounding the tree is just bones. It's bones. It's little like carcasses. It's animal skins that look like they have been discarded from a great height.
Oh my.
That looks mildly dangerous.
And Eris is actually making her way up that
Does the
way?
I'm gonna
bird
call
see
Eris
us?
and say, Eris, come down.
Give me another wisdom save at advantage as Clip you watch and you're just like, Eris, are we doing thaumaturgy on this one?
Yes.
Yes, really loud voice echoes out.
18.
18. You manage to shake this off, and this small bird, like, continues to sing and just sort of like bobs its head over to the side. But you manage to shake it off, and you kind of put your hands up to deafen the sound.
So the bird definitely notices us.
The bird is looking at Eris intently.
Okay.
So, can I see this bird?
No, so like tall tree, you see the
We see the
nest.
nest.
You see the strut.
Yeah.
You don't even hear what's going on.
Okay.
I'm going to speak in bird language.
Okay. What do you say?
Some things. And it hasn't been aggressive yet, so I'm just going to say, please stop singing.
As soon as you start speaking, its head like tilts over to where you are,
Cool.
and it does not stop, but it eyes you a little bit, and then it begins to just sort of like nod its head.
Oh, and I have my ears covered, right?
You have your ears covered. You don't know why. Eris, all of a sudden, this thing's head darts over to where she is.
Based off my like past like monster experience, does this remind me of anything that I've seen before? Or?
Yeah. You know what? Give me probability dice. These are the chances that during your monster hunting experience,
Are we seeing the bird at this point? We can see the bird?
It's still in the nest. We have a,
still in the
we have
nest.
a
You
ground
got
view.
you've got a ground view of this thing that's like 30 feet up in the air.
Something in a nest.
Something in a nest has gathered Eris's and Clip's attention. They both have their hands over their ears, and like Eris looks like she's out of the trance and she's covering her ears, but you see Clip and Eris just sort of like floating in the air.
88.
88. Sirens aren't relegated to the water.
This felt siren-y from the get-go.
Like there are things that can pull creatures, but like sirens is almost like a class that lives, but the traits can follow with. Like there can be birds, animals that call you in to a spot.
It's a hypnotic thing almost.
It's a hypnotic.
So I relay this. I'm like, guys, this is like a siren-y sort of.
But we haven't heard
deal.
the song.
No, but I can, from just the things I see, like
Yeah.
I can tell this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm remembering this is like a siren-y sort of deal, like that you're probably hearing. Like that's probably what Eris is hearing is all the like music and stuff. Am I right? Or your ears
I'm
plugged?
30 up. Yep, 30
But she's
up.
still up.
Ears
Yeah, so you
plugged.
guys are up, your ears are blocked. There is a frustration as this thing is continuing to sing and you're not moving. You're just standing there, you're just sort of floating above the air.
I move backwards a little bit.
As you move backwards a little bit, there is a like, this thing, the whole nest, the bird doesn't move. You guys all watch as you're looking up, the whole nest shifts.
I move in front of Eris
Okay?
immediately.
Do we think we should get them down?
Yeah.
All right.
We should get them down.
I'm gonna look up at them and use a mind link on one of them. And be like, you guys should probably come down.
Who do you do it? I'll message the other one.
Okay, you just hear,
Or whichever.
you hear a message, both of you in your head. You guys should probably come down.
I'd like to invoke duplicity.
30 feet in the air.
30 feet in the air on the branch.
In the nest.
In the nest or on the branch next to the nest, wherever I can. I'm going to put a duplicate of myself.
As you hear this message, hey, you guys should probably come down. Thistle's in the nest. She's right behind this thing and just sort of like standing there, and she kind of like waves at you guys. But she just kind of,
She just
I
squished your
grab
hand.
Clip's hand.
okay.
Because I've seen her do this.
You
before.
have seen her do
Yeah.
this.
So I grab her hand.
Okay. Now, this thing doesn't make any noise. This thing doesn't do anything because the illusion, it's an illusion. Like it's a duplicate self, but I don't think it makes footsteps.
Nope.
I don't think it does anything like that. So it appears in the nest and it's standing behind this thing and this thing still has eyes only for the two of you.
I'm cast message back saying if we move, I think it's gonna attack.
I'm casting Dispel Magic on it, on the song. With my duplicate, because I can have that person cast a touch-based spell. And I don't think that's even a touch-based spell, but that way you can see it, because I can't technically see this thing.
Clip's gonna look at Eris and just be like, go.
Fudge. It says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within
dramatic.
range,
Calm
and a spell
down.
in third level.
Do you
or
know
lower.
a song is going on?
Well, I've got my duplicate, so my duplicate can see.
You can see through your duplicate?
I will double check.
You do not. You
No?
are able to send
Okay.
this thing 30 feet.
Well, I know it's a siren, because he said it was a siren. He told us all that.
Okay.
That it was a siren.
So you're looking to cast a spell magic
On the siren song.
on a song and take away the magic of the
Yes.
song. I think it's clever.
You see the floating musical notes go by.
You see the bouncing ball.
It is him, man.
Smash, smash.
There's probably a bouncing ball somewhere.
Okay. Okay. And it's
Balls
not
attached to
third.
the cup.
It's a hard thing because how do you
Yeah.
It says
dispel?
creature,
Okay,
object, or
how about
magical
this?
effect.
This is what happens. Thistle walks forward, and as she does, the duplicate self of her outstretches a hand and goes to dispel the magic surrounding the song. As she does, the magic surrounding the song fades, and the bird itself stops and acknowledges that the sound has faded, and turns around to look at.
As soon as it turns around, I'm flying straight back down.
Okay.
And without my... And holding her hand.
Holding her hand, you feel this tug as you go down. As you are pulled down, the bird turns around, and then the whole nest falls over the edge. The whole nest falls off the edge of the tree, and you guys watch as the two of them start floating down to the ground with this nest that has upended itself from the top of this tree and is falling downward and growing teeth along the edges of it, as if the bird is the tongue of this thing,
God.
and the nest itself has flipped around and is now going chasing after them with a huge toothy maw.
The nest is a mimic.
Welcome to Mimics in Neverland, kids. Hope you like mimics, because our mimics have mimics upon mimics.
Jesus.
I need everybody.
Neverland Island is a mimic.
Oh God! Don't put that energy in the
Kink
universe.
shaming is my kink. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, gang. As we get into mimic territory.
Nice. That is the first decent initiative I've rolled.
This
for
is
campaign.
my fault for not setting up the
too.
map cam, because I did not think you were gonna get into combat this quickly. All right, give me. Let me actually roll initiative while you guys get your initiative all set. All right, 20 to 25.
20 not it.
23.
20 on that.
20 not net. You two roll off. Cal, you're up first.
11.
18.
Cal,
3.
Clip, Eris. 15 to 20 to 15.
18.
18. Slowpoke. And a showdown. Thistle and Fortunato.
4.
26.
I said 20 to 25. All right.
Wow.
You know what? You're right.
Do you have a +7?
I do.
Do you have alert?
I love the cut of your jib, sir.
No.
You were just waiting.
Really, it's
I was
You're
like,
absolutely right.
really it's just
Oh,
6.
yeah, great to have 25.
Not today's.
Quick question for combat.
Quick answer for combat.
So my new great axe, I can still use it, but I can't use the crow thing until I attune to it, correct?
I will say, because I'm a kind and benevolent DM, you just got your new toy. I'm not going to let you not play with your new toy. So yes, you are able to do this. However, here's the stipulation for this thing. It's a 15-foot cone. So
Yeah.
so if anybody else gets within melee of this thing, like things are going to get weird.
Yeah,
Because
they have to
the
not be
birds,
in that cone.
you can't be like, no birds, these are friends. Like,
But I speak bird.
You do speak bird, so
Damn
tell you what.
Angry bird.
They'll only take one round of attacks as you summon them and then go, no bird, no. Like,
Just wave your wire hangers over your head, guys.
most people don't know this, but crows are assholes. So they're going to attack first.
How dare you? First of all.
It's true. Fortunato. So I would say 15 feet in the air are Clip and Eris, and 15 feet above them is a large toothy maw that is falling out of the sky.
Which one of them is closer to the toothy maw falling out?
It would be Clip.
It would be
Yeah.
Clip.
I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on Clip.
Okay. Sanctuary has been cast on Clip as you feel this magic surround you. Sanctuary is something that I will keep track of. I have to make a wisdom save in order to attack you. So that is what happens right there as this magic surrounds you. It is the Mimic's turn.
What? How did the mimic roll?
Pretty damn high.
We're good.
But I'm going to justify that it is going to spend its entire turn just sort of falling from the sky here. I'm almost giving you guys on the ground a surprise round to give everybody a chance to swoop. So you will see as it turns, this nest is beginning to morph even more and more into a just fleshy mass of teeth and long purpley tongue that is stretching outward. And this bluebird is still fastened on the tip of the tongue.
Yuck.
As it's like sort of
This is a
stretching
game
out. The fight's going to be drastically different because it is not going to have that particular siren song that it is capable of. But that is its turn. Cal, as they are falling faster and faster towards you, what would you like to do?
We're gonna cast. I'm gonna look at it, then its tooth into the maw, and cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Okay. What's the save for
It's a
Dissonant
Wisdom
Whisper?
14.
Wisdom save.
And it's the only person that can charm in this party is me. First of all, rudeness.
Okay.
First of all, rudeness.
First of all, rude. Second of all,
And hopefully, mimics aren't very wizened.
mimics are not. Siren mimics, maybe.
But did they beat a 14 wisdom?
They did beat a 14 wisdom. You cast Dissonant Whispers, and this mimic pushes the magic away from you, not wanting to be charmed by you.
It's 5 points of psychic.
It's 5 points of
It's
psychic
half
damage. Got it. Okay. That is your turn. Cal, you doing anything with your bonus action?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. No inspiration or anything like that? You
You
got it, buddy.
That's how I know how this plays out.
Clip, you're going to spend your turn flying forward, but you're kind of close to the toothy maw. Give me a... are you planning on landing? Or are you planning on just like swooping and floating in the air?
How far am I from the ground?
You're third... This thing's 30. I said you were 15, but you're closer to it. So you're about 15 feet from the ground.
How far am I from it?
15 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna let go of Air's hand and fly toward it.
Okay, there's a flying up in the air towards this creature. Okay.
Cool. I'm taking out my axe and I'm hitting it.
Okay. The sanctuary, I believe, fades at that point because she is attacking the creature.
I didn't know that.
That's okay. You're like,
I was just hoping to buy you one round of like maybe not get hit.
thank you for the boost. Hadouken. Give me an attack roll, please.
Well, first I'm gonna rage.
Bonus
My
action
bonus
rage.
action.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack, and that's at hold on.
Yeah, reckless.
So it's a plus.
Reckless.
It's a +1.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm reckless attacking.
So this first attack is going to be at
Yeah,
advantage.
my second attack doesn't get to be.
It does not get to be at advantage.
19.
19 hits.
Cool.
As you let go and just sort of swing your axe at this thing toward its mouth.
Yeah, whatever I hit, you know.
Yep.
It was like,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
cut off
into
its
it.
tongue because it's fun.
You can certainly try.
14 points of damage,
Okay.
and then second attack. 22 to hit.
22 hit. That wasn't at advantage, correct?
Nope.
That was just single. Go ahead. Roll damage.
Within 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. The creature takes the damage, and gravity kicks in. You are flying. It is not. This thing envelops you with the attack because you have stopped in the air and have just gone. You are adhered in its mouth and currently just completely grappled by this thing. As it is now floating in the air 15 feet above where anybody else is, and it is now just being held onto where Clip is.
Yeah. Seems right.
Okay? That is where we're gonna move to the next person.
Yep, this is fine.
Clip, Eris.
The mood of the night is Clip not thinking things
Well,
through.
I want
Anyway.
to take a immediate direction change
Okay.
to the left. Is what I decide, and I'm gonna hold fairy fire.
Hold fairy fire. Got it.
Which is
Until
what I have-
what?
Until Clip is not in the thing.
Until
anymore.
Clip is not inside of this thing and being... Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna keep these fairy fire forever.
Okay.
Because this sounds normal. Every time.
That-
It's
I
not
use
left
it.
my spell list.
Charges.
That is your turn. Slowpoke.
Alright. So,
Everything is fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
You know what? This is normally par for the course for
you
us.
know, I bet
We don't have a talk.
if I shoot an arrow at this thing, it will not pierce Clip.
God, I hope so.
Probably.
I bet that.
Shoot a levitating arrow.
Buddy, I'll be completely honest, did not think about the stats needed for if this thing swallowed someone who was still floating in the air. So, I would... Maybe. So, I'll tell you what. Here's how we justify this. If you roll really low, you hit the part of her that has not been swallowed. Okay? If you roll really high, it pierces the skin and still hurts her, but hits it instead. So we're aiming for middle ground territory.
Oh.
That's the only way I can justify this, because way too high, you pierce through and it hurts it,
It's
but
fine.
like...
Do it. It's cool. If you hit me, you hit me. It's cool. It's all right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Can you stand right under it and just levitate arrows? Like
You can
Chris
also
Craven?
choose to not do anything. That's choosing
Yeah,
to do something.
I'm gonna hold action too.
Okay, what are you holding for?
If Clip gets out, I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
If Clip gets out, you're going to shoot an arrow. If we reset back...
Wait, no. I'm going to use a punchy arrow.
A punchy arrow.
Bludgeoning.
Okay. Roll your attack with the punchy arrow. Boom,
The
boom.
boxing glove arrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Alright, that's 26 to hit.
26 hits, and it does not pierce the skin, so this
No.
thing takes
Nice.
a punchy arrow.
Yeah! Punchy arrows!
Did you ever think that would
That's 9 damage, and I'm gonna fire another punchy arrow.
Okay.
That works so well.
And
That's
I
not
can't use my Slayer's Prayer because that's a bonus action. You said to use the special arrows. I have to use bonus action.
Correct. It's you purposely grabbing this arrow and just being
Yeah.
like, ooh, punchy.
That's 22.
22 also hits.
That's 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah.
You're starting to wear it down a little bit, guys.
Punchy arrows.
Punchy arrows for the win.
Be sure to leave a good review.
Drop your bill!
I was
Leave a
like,
review on Yow.
I was even thinking about, I'm like, when am I going to use punchy arrows instead of a regular arrow other than as a joke? Wait.
Thistle.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on her,
Okay.
so that she gets a +2 bonus to AC.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
So hopefully she will be less damaged by the fact that I'm going to try to hit this thing with some fire.
Okay.
It's
I
a
love
cantrip,
it. I
so
love
can
it
do
so
it.
much.
Shield of Faith is a bonus action.
Bonus action, and Sacred Flame is an action, but it's a cantrip.
Okay.
So that is a dex save of 15.
I'm going to give it disadvantage as it cannot maneuver particularly well being held in the air. It fails its save.
That is
Woody.
That is 5 points of fire
5
damage.
points of radiant damage.
Or, yeah, radiant. Thank you.
With the sacred flame. Cool. Your AC is up to 2. Is +2 for the time being. Fortunato.
Do I take that damage?
No, you do not.
Cool.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Arcane Weapon,
Okay.
which changes the damage of my, or adds a 1d6 fire damage to my bow.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my 2 attacks.
Okay.
That one's cocked, but that's an 18 and an 11.
I will say the 11 does not hit. The 18 hits. Roll damage.
6 piercing and 3 fire.
Okay. It takes 9. You take 4.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit your AC? I should ask that.
Yes.
Even with the +2.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. That is your turn. It is the Mimic's turn.
I'm so sorry.
The Mimic, Siren, is going to take a bite, which it has at advantage because it is surrounding you. That is an 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 4 piercing damage,
Okay.
and then give me
Which I
a.
take half because I'm raging.
You take half because you're raging. Give me a Wisdom saving throw, please.
16.
Yeah. You feel this thing's poison start to enter into your system, but you are able to fight it off. You are the only other person that it can attack, so it's going to take another bite.
Okay.
This is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
This is 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So.
You
half
take 5 points
Okay.
of damage here. Give me another Wisdom saving throw.
17.
Okay. You're good. That is its turn. You are currently grappled. Cal, it is your turn.
I've never had to ask this question. I'm kind of excited that I do.
Okay.
How does jumping work in D&D?
How does jumping work?
What
in
what
D&D?
determines a jump height?
It is based off of your strength modifier.
Never
And
mind. I have a -1.
White skeletons can't jump.
Yeah. Just trying to think. Because her legs are still hanging out under the mimic.
This is a standing long jump of 15 feet. It's going to be tricky. You also don't weigh a ton because you don't
Pull you
have.
out.
You
Here was my idea. I was going to hopefully use my bonus action to take off an arm.
Okay.
Run up, jump, and try to hit her with the touch for enhanceability. And with the extra like maybe 1.5 feet that the arm gives.
It is a small target. We are talking Star Wars: A New Hope here. You are aiming an arm at a writhing mass that is crawling all over her and trying to eat her from where she is. So
Sometimes it just happens.
I will say you can jump, but it might be better to throw the arm and cast it. I'm all about it. That's your action and your bonus action. Your bonus action to throw your arm.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it'd just be a d20 and add dex for throw?
Yeah.
10? No.
You throw the arm, and unfortunately, the arm gets stuck.
Ah,
Oh,
damn
no.
it.
Because it is currently the mimic is adhesive.
Okay.
So as you throw the 10, like it goes close to her foot and it actually hits her foot and it like lodges into this thing.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
I will say as it hits her foot, you can cast enhanceability.
Okay, cool. And then I was gonna do that. It's only a 2nd level spell, so.
Okay.
And then the enhanced ability, you're gonna get bull strength, so it gives you. Well, you've already got advantage on strength because you're raging. So we're going to do bear's endurance. So you get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Okay.
All right.
Which is 12.
12 temporary hit
And
points.
you also have advantage on con saves.
Your arm is gone. It is stuck in the air away from you.
Please kill this thing. I need my arm back.
If you don't get it within the time frame,
Yeah.
it's lost.
Yep.
Do you remember what that time frame is?
I do not remember the time frame.
Did you write it down on your character sheet?
I did not. But what is it?
Ooh,
For those of us
you're
at
in
home.
trouble.
It's relatively quick,
It is relatively quick.
from what I understand.
It is
I'm waiting for that.
36 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
6 rounds.
6 rounds.
So, thunk. If that arm doesn't come back,
Nope. Nope. It's
You're-
what he would do. It's
I'm into it,
strange
dude.
enough
Big
to
big
work.
risk, big reward. Like, frick.
Cool.
36 seconds. 6 rounds.
With that,
I wish we had someone with a stunning strike, you know, just like a.
like a monk.
there is a scrambling
Actually,
from
no,
the
that'd be
woods
sticky.
Oh,
Oh no.
Fudge.
as the second mimic comes striding into the clearing.
What was this one disguised as? I wonder.
A palm
You
tree.
will never know.
Oh man,
Clip, it is now your turn.
we don't see like a branch sticking out of it.
So like,
Yeah.
I'm still.
With a brief second, you look over and you're like, "Oh, it's a stump." Oh no, it's
Oh.
not a stump. Like that stump is walking and it's got mouth. And why stump mouth?
Being grappled and flying, can I still control my flying, or can I just not move at all?
You could drop the flying. You are still grappled and can't move.
Here's what I'm thinking. I want to grab its insides and dive bomb it.
Okay.
You want to suplex the mimic?
Yes.
You are going to be hurt here.
I'm aware.
She got 12 temporary hit points.
I'm only 15 feet up, right?
You,
I'm like 30 feet up, am I?
no, you're
No, you're 15.
15 feet. I would say it's getting kind of hard to breathe right about now.
Okay.
As you this thing is like in your business. So you want to fly up and then dive bomb, or just fly and drop like a rock?
The second one. But
Okay.
like, I want to try to like move it so it hits the ground before I do.
The
I'm using it as a meat sack.
you have no ability to look out from where this thing is.
Yeah.
That is another thing. So if you would like to do that, I will let you do that. You are going to roll a d4 for me, and that is going to be the direction that you go. As you just go like, okay, this way and as fast as I can. Like, you are either going to go straight up into the air further, hit a tree that's off to the side, or dive straight down to the ground.
Don't go left.
Roll a
Don't go left.
or straight into Eris. Okay, roll a d4. Roll a d4. 1 is you turn right and smack into Eris, and Eris gets stuck into this thing as well. 2, you go straight up in the air. 3, you hit a tree. 4, you hit the ground.
Come on. I threw my arm at you. Come on now.
Come on now, like do it, or come on, like no.
Absolutely do it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
As if you needed validation
Like,
from
no,
anybody
don't
at this
have to.
table.
No, I feel like I'm doing bad things.
I haven't gotten to do nothing.
Well, you're about to do something.
It's a 2.
Straight up in the air.
My arm.
She's like, I got this. The fly speed on the necklace is 60 feet in the air. Clip goes, I got it, 75 feet straight in the air. She goes the full 60 feet and goes to try to like, she goes 75 feet in the air.
Here we go.
I ain't getting my arm back, am I?
That is your action. You doing anything with your bonus action?
Well, I've got a hook. There's nothing else.
She is above the treetops. I will say she is 30 feet from your duplicate.
Okay.
I'd like to wave my hand at the duplicate.
Okay?
That's a good one.
High five! Oh!
If I'm falling, how many turns before I hit the ground?
Let me get into some fall damage.
Yeah, because like
1d6 for every 10 feet.
1d6 for every 10
So
feet.
7d6.
7d6.
no, but like if I drop fly right now, would I immediately hit the ground, or won't hit my ground like 3 turns and then? Because 6 seconds.
It'd be the fly speed.
You fall really quick, dude.
I can calculate.
32
long?
feet per second.
Yeah.
So you would hit this round.
Yeah.
Okay, for my bonus action, I'm gonna try to like, I guess, hit inside.
No,
I can't.
I don't think you
What?
have a.
You're restrained.
Yeah.
I think you're restrained. You'd have to break the.
But if I break the grapple, am I just gonna fall?
No,
You
if
still
you
got the
break
fly.
the grapple, this thing's gonna fall. But you need an action to break the grapple. You need.
bonus action.
You do have a bonus action, so I was just being like, I don't know what the action equality is for a barbarian. You may not
Yeah.
have anything that you can do here.
Like bonus action, really, all I can do is like
Rage.
hit. Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Okay, you're up in the air.
Yep.
We'll figure this out as it comes.
Did you ever think this would come to this?
No. Eris, there's a mimic that's wandering into the field. It's a little.
Have I seen it?
You have seen it. Everybody sees this sort
Okay,
of
so
lumbering
everybody knows
mass.
it's there.
Yeah. It's
okay.
it's toddling over towards where you all are.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I have Fairy Fire readied.
Okay.
Am I able to use my sorcery points to use Careful to give her automatic save for Fairy Fire?
If you're casting Fairy Fire, yes. If you're using your
using the
item,
thing.
then no. But with Fairy Fire, if you cast it,
It's, you select the
you
target.
select it, and I would say that the item also selects it.
dang
So
it.
like, it's not everybody in the radius. But if you read the little spell there,
But
it
I don't
says
have it.
Here,
It's
here.
not in here because it was just in my notebook.
And
Yeah.
you said this thing isn't looking great, right?
Any
the
creature
thing
in the
attacking her is at death's door.
Okay, so movement's gonna be an action, right?
No, movement is movement.
Okay, then
You can fly your full 30 feet up.
fly with 60.
Yeah.
Never heart.
Okay. Yeah.
So fly 60. And then I'm going to
Do it.
Just hit it. I'm over.
I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. Then let's do Chromatic Orb instead.
Chromatic orb.
Yeah.
All right. So
Careful. On
okay.
it.
Is there a save for chromatic orb?
No.
So you don't want to use careful
Do you
there.
have 2 actions?
Huh?
Because the fly is an action.
Flies.
Casting fly on yourself does take an action, so she can go the 30 feet. Like I wanna support here.
It's a 90-foot spell, so I could fly 30.
Oh yeah,
so let
absolutely.
me do
Fly
that.
the 30 and then just
Fly
cast
30. Yeah.
cast chromatic orb.
Yeah, it's just a hit DC. Yeah.
That's gonna be 25.
25 hits.
Okay.
What kind of damage is this?
This is going to be. What did I decide? Let's do poison. No, take that back. Fire.
Okay.
4 points.
4 points. It is holding on by a thread. By a thread, it is holding on, but it is still there and gnarling away at her. Like, that is Eris. That is your action and your movement. You do anything with your bonus action.
I don't know what can I do.
Slowpoke, you're up next, followed by Thistle.
Can I? Since I had my Fairy Fire ready, can I throw it?
As a bonus action,
Yeah.
I'd allow that. Where are you throwing it?
No, I take it back. I'm not doing it.
Okay, it's a good idea. Slowpoke.
How far, high up in the air is it?
75 feet in the air.
Wait, no, 75 plus 15.
It was 15
No,
already.
it's
Oh, you're right,
15
15 is
plus
added
60.
to
it. Yeah.
75 feet in the air.
Alright, then, as a bonus action, I'm going to put Slayer's Prey on the other mimic but I'm not going to shoot at that one.
Okay, Slayer's Prey.
Because I can't reach the other one.
Got it.
Now I'm going to shoot at the one up there.
Okay.
Stumpy.
Yeah. And I'm just going to... Yeah.
Leon Stumperton, the Mimic.
12 to hit.
The one up in the air?
Yeah.
Yes, its AC is 12.
Okay. All right. 4 points.
Cool. How do you want to do it?
Yes.
It had one left. It had one. It
I
had
know,
5.
I know.
You were
I know.
right there.
I want to just shoot it right in the bird.
Yeah, there is a
Like that's the target and that's the center.
And this thing hits, and this thing just sort of like stays where it is, just sort of slops, but it stops moving, but it's still just kind of up on you.
Okay.
It's up on you, but it's losing a little bit of the cling that it had to you.
Cool. Could I aim my second attack at the other one?
Yes.
Cool. And that'll be 20.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. And that's 9 points.
9 points. Yeah. It takes 9 points. That is your action. Did you do your slayers? Your hunters? Okay, perfect. Thistle.
All right, so the other thing is dead, meaning all she has to do
The
is
other
lie down.
the other thing is that she's got to get it off of her face. It's like she jumped into the maws of this creature, which closed around her,
Yeah.
and now the creature's dead, and now she's just wearing it as like the worst hat
Right.
in
But
existence.
she's now in control, and I can't do anything to help her with that. So instead, I'm going to aim
This
towards...
stump is about 30 feet away from the collective group.
Okay.
She's in the air. It's making its way towards you guys, which have just been in sort of a little clump, the 4 of you.
Then I'm going to aim towards this other thing with a guiding bolt, so that hopefully we can take this thing out a lot faster than
Oh,
the
wow.
last one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm casting a second level guiding bolt.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
That is an 18 plus 7, 25.
That hits roll damage. This is one of the
real
most
good.
OP spells a player can have.
Jesus Christ.
66,
7,
something like that?
8 plus 6, 14 points.
14 points, and the next attack against this mimic has advantage as it lights up with the divine energy of Thistle and her trickster goddess. That is the mimic's turn. It's going to come into the clearing, and it is not happy at what Thistle did. So it's going to come up to where she is and try to take a little bite of her. So as it moves forward, Thistle, that is a 24 to hit.
I believe that hits, yes.
That hits. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, yep. No, I didn't. It's 2 plus 7, 9.
Okay, so you take 9 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and you know what? Like this thing, maybe being eaten alive is not that bad.
Aww.
Oh. Oh my.
You're super chill. You're super happy. For the time being, you are not allowed to take any attacks against this creature, as
He's my buddy.
he's your best bud in the whole world. And you guys watch as Thistle just kind of relaxes in the mouth of the siren mimic. That is its turn. It's going to take it's actually going to do a pseudopod out at Slowpoke.
What? Why?
It's just a pseudopod.
Because he shot it.
Compared to the
16.
real pod.
I mean, yeah, that hits.
But does it need to hit?
It could.
We're talking technically.
7 points, and you are also adhesed to it.
What?
You are stuck. This pseudopod thing sort of it
I'm
reaches
adhesed to
out.
the pseudopod?
You are adhesed to the pseudomod.
What does that mean?
No, wait, hang on.
The pseudopod is
No, I read that wrong. No, smack to the face. Oh, no, you're fine. The
Okay,
only
good.
one that adheses to it is Thistle.
Okay.
Okay, you are fine.
Oh.
It is not an object form, so you are good. Fortunato.
I don't want to shoot her. You know what? I'm gonna find a close rock.
Now, wait a second. Are you sure you don't want to shoot her? Do you want to channel the Enwin side of things and just see if...
Don't bring that energy in Neverland.
Oh my
Separate,
god.
separate it.
Sorry.
It's
Friday.
to the side.
Is this why I'm sitting in the middle?
Happy Dots Fridays.
I don't want to be sitting in the middle.
That's right.
Don't none of you start that now. None of you. Either one
I
of you.
knew Eric.
Anyway, I'm gonna find a rock
A
in the
big
area.
ass rock?
It's gotta be less than 5 pounds.
Okay.
So like a medium-sized rock,
A medium-sized rock.
and I'm gonna cast catapult at it.
Okay.
At what?
At the mimic.
Catapult's
the
the
mimic.
weirdest thing.
It is the
The
weirdest.
stuffed mimic.
Okay.
Just launched it.
You launch the rock forward.
It's a mystical medium.
Do you make an attack roll on this?
It makes a dex saving throw of 14.
Mystical yeet.
It makes its dex save.
Alright.
Gross.
So it just misses.
Yep. The rock goes flying forward, and then it just
Explodes against a tree or something.
explodes against the tree, and that tree's like, "Hey, come on!"
Oh god, the force is big!
We can't fight that.
Next up is Clip.
I'm gonna start.
I'm gonna get this off me?
No, Cal. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
The mimic's turn. The mimic is dead.
Long
Cal.
That's a funny thing going on here, guys. My
Yeah.
arm is still up there.
It is.
And I have a bad feeling when that mimic falls. I have a really bad feeling about that. But until then, that's for later Cal problems. First one is going to take the rapier and slap the other one in the face.
All right. You go forward and you slap the mimic in the face.
with a thrusting weapon.
With a
Slap it.
thrusting weapon. We go
So it's
ahead.
really stabbing.
I think a rapier has like no curve, almost Skeletorus.
What? Do you know what a rapier is?
What? Yes, I know what a rapier is.
The straight
Oh
musketeer.
yeah, 20.
Why were there 2 rolls there?
One fell off. One fell off the table.
Oh, okay.
It did. I promise.
No, it's just like
I can't.
no. It's like
No, it fell off. I just got it. 24 to hit.
okay, 24 to hit.
24 to hit.
That hits.
Cool, and that's 1d8 plus 3, which is 5.
Cool. There is a ha! Oh. As the sword, you can use a. I will say make the same DC strength check to pull it out, if you would like to do that.
Sure. Hey, that's 20.
Yep. You're like, ha!
Give that back.
Oh,
Well, you can't really. It can't really be one of these moves.
no, it's one-handed. It's
It's
yeah.
and then bonus. We're gonna bonus inspire. We're going to yeah. Who do I want to inspire? Eris. We're gonna go Eris. Please, I'm really tired of these things taking everything from me, and I'm tired of them charming people because me. Can you please help?
He's throwing you that sick, tired energy, and a small part of you goes, "We're all tired," and I'm inspired by that. So, yeah, you're taking inspiration die for that,
I
Eris.
just heard Eris. I was like, what?
All right,
Hello?
Cal's turn. Clip.
I want to get this off me, please.
Yeah, I think you just reach up and yeah. And what do? You just
Fly down.
oh, you're gonna hold on to it and fly down?
Yeah. How's Cal's arm? I know the arm's there to hit me.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
You get about 60 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're still 15 feet up.
Yep. And yeah.
How many
that's my
turns have we
turn.
done?
Wait, I have a javelin.
I think we're on 30.
You do have a javelin.
I'm gonna throw it at the other thing.
Okay, so you're still holding on to this. You're
Drop
like, it's
that,
got his
only
arm.
15 feet. It's fine.
Huh.
Your arm's fine. It's a bone.
Maybe. It's a bone. How heavy is this mimic?
Oh.
Okay, you got it. Give me an attack roll with the javelin.
Okay.
Oh,
Throw
it was a
me
nice arm.
bone.
Do you know if javelin's two-handed?
Well, she has 3 up there.
It has-
Are you asking if I
I'm wondering if the javelin is a two-handed weapon.
know? I think
It
it's just
says
a throw.
30 and then parentheses is 120.
I think it's just thrown.
I think it's just thrown.
Yeah, it's just thrown.
Yep, you're good. Make an attack roll.
But you... Yeah. It was a nice arm.
23.
23. The javelin flies forward, striking into the side of this thing.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Good luck getting it back.
Cool. That's your action and your movement. You're all set?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Look, a mimic on a stick.
Ooh. What was that attack roll?
Like a 27?
It was a 27.
17, 18, 20, 22, 23, sorry.
9 points of damage.
Yeah?
23. Does that hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God.
9 points of damage. Sharp stick from a high height. 23. High number. Yep. 9 points of damage. Strikes into your side.
You became Jeff Goldblum for a minute. 23.
23. High height.
We're safe with this
High
lovely little
number.
tree stump.
Yep.
You're one with
the
nature
letter
right now.
too. So that is Cliff's turn. Eris.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-da.
Me too.
Welcome to the
I'm
episode where
going
Cliff kills all her
to-
friends!
I would
Not
like.
all of them.
Just one.
Just some of them.
Not me.
Fortunato's gonna be fine.
Yep.
I
I can
would like
fly.
to.
I can turn invisible.
I have the one with the
Good.
money to pay your bills, so
Hang on, hang on.
like-
Shh.
I want to fly 15 feet down.
Okay, you're ground level.
No,
No,
I was up.
you flew up
I
to
was
help her.
75.
Yeah.
So I'm flying
15 feet.
15, so I'm 30 above. And then I'm going to again cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
Careful again. Yes.
Tell me about careful.
Huh? It's
Tell me
a
about-
sorcery point, so
Okay.
I get to. It gives her automatic save.
There's no save for chromatic orb, isn't it? It's an attack,
It's just an attack roll, yeah.
So you don't need to waste those sorcery points because there's no save for the spell. If it was in
Oh,
an
so it
area,
just- it literally will only hit the mimic, not her.
yeah, it's an
Okay,
area
that's
of
fine. Okay.
effect. I would say. Oh well, that's clever. You're using careful to pull it back so you make sure it doesn't hit her.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Most of the
that's-
time, it's used for area of effect where people make a dex save or a con save, but I
Mhm.
like this usage. Go
Okay.
ahead, roll an attack roll.
Oh, perfect. That's gonna be a 26.
26 hits. You will not take any of this damage, Thistle.
Yay! Thank you. You're welcome. Hello. That's 13 points of fire damage.
13 points of fire damage. Looking a little rough. All right. Eris Slowpoke.
So yeah, let's I cast shoot an arrow at this thing.
Perfect.
I cast you.
And I'm
That's
gonna
my part. My
use
problem is not
sharpshooter
wrestling
for this one.
I'm into it.
Cool. Here we go.
Oh.
Does a nat one hit?
Nat 1 does not hit.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow.
I wonder if it hits somebody else.
It's like it doesn't hit
Oh.
the mimic.
It doesn't hit the mimic.
Can I cast careful on the arrow?
You're not there. 1.
Oh,
She's in belt. 1,
terrible.
2. You're still in the
If
air.
it goes super wide, it hits me.
Curve the arrow.
Odd. It hits Fortunato. Even it hits Cal.
Okay.
Fortunato, roll damage for that attack, buddy.
Winner,
Don't
winner, chicken dinner.
don't forget to add that plus 10.
22?
22 points of damage, Fortunato, as
that would
that
have been really cool to hit a monster.
as that arrow flies forward, and you're just like,
Wait, sorry. Take away 5 of that, because there's no Slayer's Prey on you.
So 17. As you're like, we got this. Shunk.
Is it one of his
Is
arrows?
this
that just
because
says-
of the invoice?
Hey, you know what wouldn't have hit you? A levitating arrow.
Did you read the instructions?
I love the thought of
So I'm gonna use my
and then see
second
Fortunato
attack.
on the shaft.
Second attack.
Good, he's got a second attack.
I guess this one's not sharpshooter.
You can if you'd like.
Sure. What's the chances of 2 nat ones?
Buddy, I have 38 HP. Be nice.
Oh yeah. So 12 again.
12, and that's including the -5.
Yeah, because I have +7.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that 12 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So that's 8, 10, 20 points.
20 points. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
I wanna. Can I do it? Is she stuck to the side of it? Is this all stuck to the side of
She's
it?
just stuck to the side of it.
I want the arrow to go and slice right next to between them to give like a little space for her.
One-handed thing.
The space between.
Yeah.
That's really great. Yeah, you fire it out.
27.
The arrow flies forward, and it cuts through the fleshy mass that is the mimic. And as it does, its spell over you, the pheromones begin to fade, and you're like, oh my god, this is gross.
Ew.
And you are all officially out of combat.
Yay!
Woo!
I hate mimics. Worst.
All right, what are we doing?
Get my hand
I'm
back.
gonna collect my punchy arrows. 'Cause
So-
they're cool.
Let's talk about the hand.
I need you to go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
No.
T. Graves is like, leave room for Jesus.
I was thinking that in my mind when I did it.
That would be a 3.
That's how many arms are stuck inside
The mimic.
the mimic. So as this thing falls and it's stuck, you're like, yeah, oh, you've got 3. So you just start going and like, okay,
Doesn't feel right. Sure, I'll take
this
this
one's
one.
too small. This one's just right. Nobody tells Cal that he has 2 right hands now, but he feels confident. You guys are all officially out of combat.
Hooray, we did it! And we can forgive any misfired arrows on the account that I killed 2 of them.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yes,
Cows-
we can.
I can.
I'm so glad I still have this invoice. I'm going to add my medical bills to it.
Oh,
Thank you.
Cow's gonna
can't
go
pay
to
the
clip.
I'll cast
Cal's
Cure
gonna go
Wounds.
what?
Cow's gonna go to clip real fast.
Okay.
We're square, right? Making silly decisions.
That was a dumb thing you said. Because we all make those. Be nice to her.
Can I get an intimidation roll on that?
Yes, absolutely. Can I? Yes, yes, yes.
On the
Yes.
drop of laughter and be nice to her? Can she get an intimidation check on Cal?
What's her passive?
Is be nice and intimidate?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Yes.
Well, that's an 8.
It's fine.
You feel.
Oh wait,
My
no, wait.
intimidation-
What's my inspiration?
D8?
Oh, that's gonna be a 16.
Can I roll against it? Considering my intimidation's a 9?
You know what?
fine.
I will say this: it's so hard when we get into persuading and intimidating players.
Yeah.
He says, looking pointedly at Tracy. So you can choose to be affected by this for RP reasons, like that she was like, "We all make stupid decisions. Don't say that." It turns into Chris Farley in the SNL skit, like, "Lay off, man! I'm starving." So you can
Down by the river.
yeah, you can react or not react, but she's very fierce. Eris looks a little intimidating.
I get it. Remember the whole thing about grabbing my collar next time? Let's just have an open
Who
communication.
else got injured by that?
I'll heal
Well,
Fortunato.
not by that.
Okay,
She
I
almost
think that
got
I can heal
swallowed.
myself.
you give Fortunato a
It's like, hey man, let's let bygones.
Who died?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he died last time you made a stupid
And it's
decision.
5. And I get you for 20, and I'm healing you for 5 points.
The wound on your shoulder doesn't close, but your trick knee starts feeling a little bit better. You're still bleeding, but hey, that cramp that you had when you woke up this morning is just gone.
So I gave him 2 pats on the back. So that's another. It's another 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're good. You're
I would
good.
like to cast a level 2 cure wounds on myself.
Yeah. As Slowpoke is patting Fortunato on the back, you just see Thistle give herself a hug.
That's 14 points.
She's talking to a bug and just heals herself.
Standing in this small clearing, the bodies of the mimics start to get reabsorbed into the forest floor. The bodies do not last a very long time. They just start morphing back into the grass around the area and start getting sucked into the ground.
I'm not sure if that's normal.
It's
Jinx.
most assuredly not. For those of you that may have fought them, they're somewhat of a common beast, and Siren mimics are somewhat of a new thing, but mimics are not. Many deaths for a while that were attributed to mermaids and things of that sort were actually discovered to be like the rocks around the lagoons and stuff like that were waiting for people to come over and look, and then just.
Oh, jeez.
So, but these being absorbed into the ground is not common.
Of course.
Of course, come on.
I don't know what to do about that.
They just get sucked into the ground?
They are reabsorbed.
Okay.
They just start sinking into the grass and into the dirt.
Are these things...
Later.
Are these things any sort of, hold on, let me find the thing. If I were to, like, do my, primeval awareness, would it pick up on these things?
They are monstrosities. Does
No,
your
that's-
primeval awareness pick up on monstrosities?
No.
Okay. You could certainly try.
I mean, I use primeval awareness. Anything
Okay.
pop up 60 feet?
Around where you are? Do you know the direction of it, or does it just pop up on your radar as there is something here?
There is something within a mile of me.
That is what?
Aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fae, fiends. It says undead, but we've discussed that
Yeah.
Cal doesn't count.
There,
He does count. which
there is an aberration within a mile of you.
Huh. Well, I don't know about those things, but I know there's an aberration within a mile of us, so...
It's an aberration.
I don't know. What's an aberration?
DM? That's an aberration.
There is an aberration somewhere close to here. What is that? I'm not sure. I'm going to speak to you in a voice. Okay.
Are you looking up what an aberration is?
No, I have my definition, but
Uh-huh.
he would know a more clinical. Okay, otherworldly. Beholders. Mind flayers. The worst thing about prison
Like
is
your
the
weird...
aberrations. Weird beasties.
There's like a weird monstery thing somewhere within a mile of us. It may not even be bad, but it probably is.
Alien beings.
Like very foreign.
Innate magic.
Very magical.
Okay.
I'd say no good.
Drawn from so innate magics that are like just a part of the being's head and mind rather than drawing from magical sources. You guys draw from magical sources, but this thing is so not belonging to this place that its magics are just a part of it.
Okay.
So it's within a mile of us. In either that direction or this direction.
It's a mile in the air.
Cool.
I don't know what that has to do with anything right now.
I'm
But I thought it
gonna
was worth a try.
Walk around this clearing and try to find any tracks of wildlife, specifically wolves, but like anything.
But like
All right.
anything, wolf
On
shaped.
the entire animal kingdom, preferably wolves.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you want me to fly around and like, cause I can fly for a little while. Oh wait, hang on. No. Oh, cause fly is concentration. No, I can't. Never mind. I had an idea, but it didn't work because it requires.
You're never
I have
hurt
those all the
necklace.
time.
You can
concentration,
cast
and
fly
I'm
at
bad
will.
that.
Yeah, fly at will is.
You're never hurt necklace. You can cast fly at will.
Yes, but it's a concentration spell. Is
Yeah,
fly.
it's still concentration.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
You have
can't.
to
So I
will it.
can't detect magic and fly at the same time.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
oh,
Which
but
you
I
can.
can, so I'm gonna fly.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. So I'll fly and use detect magic.
Cal's gonna do the one thing that pirates do best: go to where they were and start digging.
Okay.
X marks the spot.
You start digging up in the area. You go ahead and this is a survival check.
Okay.
So go ahead as you start to check for tracks in the
Can I
area.
have advance? I was raised by animals.
No. You can speak to animals.
17.
That is the advantage that you get.
The fact that you can roll with advantage.
17.
17. You have not rolled anything lower than this is amazing. I'm taking that dice from you tonight. Okay, you start looking for tracks. You just start digging in the ground. You fly up and cast Detect Magic. How does Detect Magic appear to you? I think we've talked about this. It's a little analytical.
I have an orb that that I carry with me.
Okay. You start looking around. You cast detect magic. The items that people are wearing, of course, light up.
Yeah.
And then as you fly up into the air, you're like, "That's weird." Like their items are really bright. Their items are not really bright. Directly below this large tree, the ground itself is glowing.
Cool. So it's below us, so we should get the heck out of here.
What's below us?
The thing.
What
the
thing?
thing that I have at Harbor Ridge.
Cal is just digging away. You start looking through the area. You find all the tracks that everybody created in the clearing.
Yeah.
You also find the tracks of Stumpy, who crawled into this space, that lead off towards a path away from the party. But you don't find any animal tracks from here. The only tracks that you see that lead away from the spot are that of Stumpy. It's a dragging motion that lead off away from this camp, like into the din.
Stumpy McStump person.
I will turn around, look at Eris, look at everyone else. What are we doing?
Eris has just informed everyone that there is magic underneath everyone.
Everybody's feet.
What? Let's find it.
But you said the thing, the bad thing, the aberration, or the somewhere in the area. I think it's beneath this. Those were not words.
Please, God, tell me I can hear this.
I have a question because I've never used this spell before. And
Sure.
It feels unclear to me.
Sure.
If I go into the ethereal plane, can I move around, like move through dirt here?
You can.
So could I go down and check out what's underneath that tree
What
in the ethereal
spell
plane?
allows you to travel other than etherealness?
Puts me for 1 minute into the ethereal plane.
True, you do blink in and out of existence. So basically, you blink into this plane.
Yeah,
I've never
on a roll a d20 at the end of each of your turns for the duration of the spell. Oh, because I can come back out, which would suck down in the dirt. On a roll of
If you find something, and you're like, cool, I'm gonna blink back out. Like you could just be there.
Okay. I'll have to read more into this.
It's more of a combat use, I think. Or
it's meant to be, but yeah, okay.
You can do it. It's up to you.
But I'm gonna have to roll every 6 seconds on this, I guess.
Yes.
And if I roll 11 or if I roll anything under an 11, then I'm going to be smothered in dirt. Is that correct?
No. 10 feet of the space you vanish from. You return to a space that's there. I don't think this is about moving.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I wasn't sure if I could
here.
move in there. So it's really just out.
Perhaps we turn Scritch into a naked mole rat. He digs.
I could do that. The only problem is I'd be happy to do that. It takes an hour for him to turn into a different form, but I'm happy to do that.
I'm very curious as to what this is, but also could be a big bad. So.
Well, he could be super tunnely if we have an hour to sit around.
I'm gonna cast fly and just like float 10 feet off the ground.
Just to clarify, I'm still up.
You're still up.
Yeah, I did not.
I just don't.
You're 10 feet above the ground.
I'm just like, I'm gonna let y'all fight this.
Part of me thinks this is a bad idea to look for this thing. Another part of me is like, what if it's a bad thing and we want to take care of this now, or we don't want it loose?
But weren't we looking for?
Yeah, but we can't find the wolves, right? You can't find tracks. You said.
Can't find anything.
We also do have a lot of bodies here.
Can I see any change up where I am? Because I was looking for
perception check.
21.
Not too far away from the group, you see a small cave entrance. I say small. I mean, it looks like you guys would have to get down on your hands and knees to crawl through.
Is that where Strumpy came out of?
You have no idea, but because this is she's floating above everybody and sort of checking it out.
Yeah.
But yes, it's totally where Stumpy came from.
Cool.
So I still don't see any animals.
These tracks.
You don't see any animals anywhere around here.
So the mystery's not solved yet.
I've got about a waist-high hole at this point, probably.
He's still digging.
I'm still digging.
Okay.
Pirate's dig. Like,
Cool. All right.
like when she said like there's something probably under her, he's probably
Cal
slowed
has
down a little
not
bit.
stopped. He's just
Probably slowed down
continuing
a
to
little
dig,
bit, but
continuing to
still.
dig. But let's play this out. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, at least I'm good at those.
You say as you roll it.
Why would you put that energy in
Are
the air?
you So here's a question. You said like, oh yeah, I'm about waist deep. So you're digging in the hole?
You're in the hole?
I'm not laid out, but
No. But you said, hey, I'm like waist deep now. Like, so you're digging in front of you, like, and you're going
It's like
with.
the movie Holes. You're in it.
Are you in the hole?
I mean, if there's something below,
No, baby, live
natural-
your truth. I'm
natural
just
incursion
wondering.
is let's just go.
Yeah. Okay.
Dexterity save. 15.
The ground beneath your feet gives way into a space, like a spacious cavern, and you take the shovel and go, and like hold it along the side as the ground beneath your feet like falls away, and you see little bits of it floating as it like falls. Like it's almost like it's like as if someone casts feather fall on these little pieces of dirt and rock.
Guys,
What?
I found something, and God, make it quick.
Okay, so we go over there.
Okay.
Do we reach a hand, help him like out?
Okay.
Just like,
What'd you find?
Pull the arm.
it's empty.
It's
Oh, no.
empty.
It's a cavern.
A cavern.
Yes.
What's in the cavern?
I don't know. It's dark.
Part, you know?
I don't feel like being swallowed. I've almost lost my arm today. I don't want to lose everything else.
Scritch, can you go down into the cavern and look around?
Oh, I was gonna just jump in there. Yeah.
Okay. Big hole. So you take Scritch.
Yes.
And you're like, go explore.
No, because I don't want him to die by falling.
I can cast levitate.
You got this, buddy.
I can cast levitate on Scritch.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
You could.
Okay, and like lower him down
Yeah.
slowly? Or we'll just drop a rope down there. He
Yeah,
can climb
in Mission
down the rope.
Impossible.
Wait, that. Don't waste your spell. I'm just gonna
Bum,
drop a
bum,
rope.
bum, bum.
I'm dropping a rope down so he can climb down the rope.
Okay.
Because I've got a
Wait, doesn't levitate just hold him in place? He doesn't fall. He's just a rat on the cloud.
But I can lower him.
He can
Yeah,
lower
it's
it
like a-
20
it's
Like
feet.
push him down. Get down there.
I'm
Like
just
a
sitting
Tetris?
10 feet above everybody, petting Edwin.
Give me a
Oh,
K-Balls.
that's right.
So you're staying 10 feet up, right?
Yep, I was
Yeah.
just like,
Uh,
what's
You want any part of this?
you drop the rope down.
We keep anything we find. Sorry.
No, you would have seen at this point the like a little help here, like even as far up as you are, like
oh, no, but I'm just clarifying.
you're
I'm
staying
still
up.
staying
Got
up
it, got it,
here,
got it.
Just in
give me
cases.
an athletics check for Scritch to
Okay.
climb this rope.
He's a rat, and they are very good at climbing ropes. So.
Everyone knows this about rats.
Yes. It's true. They're very good at
It's not
climbing
the climbing
everything.
part. it's the
Tigers
falling.
hate pepper.
Listen, rats are good at driving cars. I saw a video about it the other day.
Baby
Same.
monkeys.
Okay.
I think I saw
The
the
one on
same
YouTube,
video.
Athletics.
And monkeys are great at riding things.
Athletics is dex, right?
No, athletics is strength. Acrobatics is
He's got a -4 to strength.
Sucks.
Well,
Time to roll away.
sucks to suck. I mean, I
Finding like a billion YouTube videos.
Sure,
of
you know
rats
what?
climbing
You know
ropes.
what? You know what? Take this roll at advantage because of all the YouTube videos you saw of rats climbing ropes.
Find them and you'll see them. And it's
And you'll be
Cyril,
sorry.
the little rat climbs up the rope in the
The
show.
ferret?
Or it's a ferret.
it is a ferret.
Well, my first roll was a 3, and my second roll was a 13, and both of those are -4.
Oh,
So 9.
that's a 9?
It was a 10 DC.
Oh, poor
Scritch begins to climb down, and as he does, the last vision that Scritch sees as you look through his eyes, as he lets go of the rope, and you think he's going to plummet to his death, but as he does, he sort of floats gently to the ground,
He feather falls.
falling with the same rocks that are being pushed up as if to hold this facade here and to hold all these trees.
Do you convey that? Cool.
Here's the next question, and I'm sorry to ask this. Scritch is what kind of creature?
He's a rat. He's a tiny.
Do rats have dark vision?
Yes.
Cool.
30 feet.
Here is what you see. You see a large the scope is so large. Mass. Oh, flesh. It is a giant pink blob that seems to go on in infinity into this cave system. As Scritch sees this, many, 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 many tentacles are coming off of this blob and pushing into the ground. As if, like, large mass with tentacles shooting up at random points.
As supports, almost.
As supports, almost. Below that, at sort of ground level in this cave system, you see almost the equivalent of Noah's Ark. Tons of wolves and birds. You see a few horses. You see a few deer. You see some bobcats. You see some jaguars. You see all of them, and each one of them is standing perfectly still in the space with a thin tendril from this mass wrapped around their neck, as if it was a leash.
What? It's a... My first thought was like it's a Sarlacc
Thistle
pit.
describes this scene. Animals all lined up in this little cave system. You see several birds that are at ground level. They're not flying, but they're little tendrils, and they're just staring straight ahead. As Scritch stays in this spot for a little bit, give me a stealth check for Scritch.
Okay. Nope. Just it's a 9 more things. It's a 3.
Tendril wraps around, snakes forward on the ground, wraps around Scritch's neck, and Scritch just stays there. Just staring straight ahead, you feel feelings of at peace and calm and happiness and
I can summon him to me.
you do.
I'm gonna summon him back.
Okay. You summon Scritch to your side, and Scritch appears in the space next to you.
I just grab all of that.
What do we do with this?
Well, there's all the
Shoot it with
animals.
Fire.
I mean, how big is this thing exactly?
It's really big. Like really big.
But what do we do?
Cliff starts pacing like back and forth.
Okay.
This might be beyond
I
us.
fly down to her side.
Okay.
Something's not right. Like there's.
We're here to find the animals. We found the animals.
Yeah, but
Maybe
we
we
can't.
go. Maybe we go back to the village and ask for help.
Just let them know what's going on. Maybe they'll like have some ideas to what this is. Cause I don't like. None of us would have any.
I hate to say it, but for as rough as those mimics gave us, I don't think anybody's in the shape to go out. We know where it's at now.
Yeah, but. Yeah, maybe we go back to the village and see what they say.
Yeah, does what she described jog anything?
You have your bat.
Like,
You can't summon your bat back. No, never mind. Can Scritch go down again? Please.
Hang on. Give me a history check. This is a high DC.
Okay.
This is something weird and out there, and like people that
History?
travel. I would say nature or history or even religion.
okay.
Any of those.
It's just a 9.
23.
Is it?
Which one?
Hold on. Sorry. 22. Nature.
22 nature. It sounds parasitic to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like this thing wraps itself around and like it's gathering food. It's gathering. I mean, the scary thing that draws into your mind is it sending out
Things up above.
and then you.
The mimics dropped below. The mimics are grabbing things.
This is Mama Mimic.
Yeah.
Like, is this little thing like just tracking animal? How long is it before it starts bringing?
Oh, I saw the magic. Can I tell how wide it was?
Yeah, detect magic is still going, and you can see it stretches out for a good portion of the forest. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
So the tree laughing was actually the tree laughing.
I need Scritch to look at the wolves.
Look at the wolves.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna touch Scritch and cast Beast Sense so I can see.
Ooh, I don't know if that works with a familiar because he's not technically.
He's not technically a
beast.
beast, is he?
He's not. He's a creature of the Fae realm that she has conscripted to look like Scritch. He's not necessarily a beast.
I was gonna send the bat down there. The bat gets stuck. Bat's done. Bat doesn't come back.
Yeah. How about this? For this one time, you're able to look. You're able to cast Beast Sense, but she can't look through.
Okay.
Which means she's not going to be able to call this thing back if something bad happens. It's going to take another hour to cast this. Like, Scritch isn't dead, but like
Okay.
you'll be able to see through it. And
Is that okay?
Yes. Let's do it.
all right, Scritch heads back to the cave, floats down.
Is this my pack? Is what I'm looking for.
You're the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. You're using your perception here. You're looking through his eyes. You're using Beast Sense to look around this area.
I really wish I knew more about this.
Don't look me, please. What's that? I'm scared.
It's an 8.
It's an 8.
With your perception,
My perception's +0.
+0. It's hard. There's so many animals in this space. I will say, once again, Scritch lands. A tendril comes and winds its way and wraps around his neck. And you hear, what languages do you speak?
I speak more than you think. Give me 1 second. Common, giant, draconic, then canine, feline, bird, and rabbit.
None of those hit your head.
As I hear it, can I say it out loud?
Yeah. She starts speaking. Anybody speak primordial? Anybody speak undercommon?
Can't speak undead.
Then go.
Anybody?
Can't see.
It's not familiar to anybody.
Okay.
I think this is...
After a while, it just sort of repeats the same.
Can we like write it down?
Or memorize it?
Yeah, you can take a little bit of time to do that. Scritch is just in the space and just.
He's almost
Because
pacified.
I don't know if Des. I feel like Des speaks one of those.
It's possible.
I think she speaks like undercommon or something. I'm
And
not
that
sure.
and the odds, if we take this back to the tribe, somebody's
is this
going
hole?
to.
Absolutely.
Human sized, Fortunato sized,
How deep is this thing?
30 feet.
I'm gonna mind link with it.
Oh.
No!
Do you tell
man.
anybody that you're doing this, buddy?
Fortunato walks forward.
I'm still floating?
Floats
I'm just gonna hover
forward.
over this hole and be like, this is a terrible idea. What's up?
Just goes,
Please land.
You mind
Terrible
link
idea.
with
Oh my
this.
God.
This allows you to communicate with the creature.
Creature I can see within 60 feet as long as we don't have to share a language. It just has to be able to understand a language.
It does understand a language. You have to see it. You see Fortunato flip around,
Upside down.
and his head just drops into the hole, and you see this floating mass. What would you like to say?
I grab his leg
Yeah, I was gonna say, so drop your legs in case.
with all 3 of my arms.
God. I'm gonna move Cal to the side. I'm gonna grab his legs. I have +3 to strength.
God. What do I say?
Are you repeating everything you say to this group?
I'm going to say it out loud at the
Okay.
same time as I say
All right.
to it. I'm just going to say hello.
Hello.
What you doing down there?
How's it going?
Oh, you know, chilling. It is I am resting. feeding my children. What is your name?
No, we don't play that here.
You keep repeating something. What is it?
It is me seeking conversation.
You found
Well,
it.
the good news is you found it. Sort of.
I
Sort of.
have been alone for so long.
He's just lonely, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Definitely.
How did you end up down there?
I have always been. I send my children out to the far reaches. I bring food to them through me.
Do you have a name?
I have never been given one.
Oh, it's Todd now.
We already have a Todd. We can't do two Todds. It's confusing.
Steve?
So you're the one getting all of these animals, taking them.
Yes, for food.
Great. We were just checking. Okay.
He's saying this out loud?
Yep.
Tell him he's taking too many.
We?
Oh no!
No,
Technically, I have 2 minds. We both gotta go. Slowly float out of the hole. I'm gonna cut it.
Okay. Tentacles will start coming out of the hole.
Friends come back.
Yeah, this is friend. As they begin to wriggle and writhe on the ground.
and we
There's
leave.
like 6 or 7 of them.
We just leave.
Everybody give me dexterity saving throws, except for Eris, who's still... No, you landed. You landed.
Oh gosh, thank goodness I rolled well.
Dexterity saving throws.
14.
14,
16,
16,
13.
13,
19.
19.
Wait, hold on. Saving throw? Sorry, that's add 3 to whatever I said.
Okay. 13. 1. That tentacle, you guys all sort of go, no. And one of the tentacles wraps around Clip's leg. And as it does, Clip, you feel very relaxed. You feel very at peace.
Oh no.
And you hear, hello.
Guiding bolt.
Yeah,
Oh,
the dagger.
Let's all chop out that
you-
tentacle.
Hold on. Can she see this coming? Because if she can, she has danger sense. And she gets advantage on the dex saving throw.
I do?
If...
Are you
if-
still raging?
Like,
I do!
Me too.
Yeah, she would see this coming because she's.
She would. Go ahead and roll at advantage. I would encourage...
The nat 20.
Oh! No. That's gonna fight.
Keep an eye on your
it will.
abilities,
But
folks.
if it saves somebody else, I'll take it.
You all back away from the table.
Oh, Clip, it was really close, but then it was really not close. Ooh.
You back away. You back away from the tentacles that are just writhing and pushing out from the ground.
I'm trying to think if anything.
Taking a photo of
If this
that.
would do anything for Cal, like maybe land sharkish or
Does it
something.
do anything for Cal?
I don't
Are you
know.
rolling
No,
saber
I'm trying to
into
think
it?
if they're like. No, I'm trying to help in this case. It's like when pirates think like these are like like a land kraken or
From
something.
that conversation, it didn't seem hostile. It's doing
We
like
didn't
bad
hear
things,
that
but
conversation.
he's not
yeah,
out
he
loud.
said it
You
all
saw-
out.
you heard
We
my
heard
half.
he
We
heard
heard
his
his
half.
half.
We didn't hear the other half.
I thought you said the whole thing.
We heard
Sorry,
we
no.
gotta go, which
I say we just head back.
Yeah, I don't think we can do
we
this. on
can't
our own.
fight this
I
thing.
think we need help.
Yeah.
All right. The crew leaves the area. This hole is still has tentacles writhing around it and out of it. But as you all begin to retreat from the area, the tentacles are pulled back. A bit of time passes as you walk away. Is anybody turning back to look at the hole? Or are we all eyes focused on the village?
My family's down there. I'm like, I'm distracted.
Yeah, it fills in with dirt, as if it is pushed from the ground underneath it, filling it up. So there is a brown spot.
I take my hand axe into the nearest tree to have a marker.
Okay.
So we know where to go when we
Hand
come
axe.
back.
Chunk, stuck in the tree.
Okay. Cool.
You head back to this village.
Wait a second to make sure the tree's not a mimic. Okay.
Roll initiative. Damn it.
Not again.
You head back to Rovar's camp, where Desbahai has facilitated the passing of power along. And as you walk into camp, everyone looks a little battered and bruised, and they're in the midst of a celebration, which Rovar excuses himself from and comes up to you and says, "So did you all find what you were looking for?"
We found it, but it doesn't look nice.
And you're not going to be happy about it.
What do you mean?
It's something real big out there.
Huge. Lump mass, tentacles.
It's taking all the animals.
We're thinking like big mimic, big mimic, big.
Like forest
Half
size.
the forest.
Rovar nods his head and reaches into his pouch. As he does, he takes a potion bottle and drinks it. And as he does, the spores on his back come to life. They begin to rise up off of his back and float out to a great distance, traveling with the wind, flying fast. You see this pained look on his face as it takes a lot out of him, but the potion seems to negate the negative effects of this act. These spores fly outward, and there's a bit of time as Rovar motions for you all to follow him a little deeper into the forest, where there is a circle of trees. This circle of trees is in this clearing. He just sort of stands here in this spot, and as he does, there is a long pause. Minutes go by as he goes, all right, then we need some help. And as he says that, another furbolg walks out of a tree. Like the tree opens up a little bit and he just walks out. And walks over to Rovar and claps him by the hand. And as he does that, another one walks out of another tree in this clearing, and then another, and then another, and another, and another, and another, until this area is teeming with furbolgs that seem to have received some sort of message and have congregated in this spot.
I've never been so excited in my life.
As they all gather, it's different makes and models. So each of them hold the staff. Some of them have spores like Rovar. Others of them walk out of trees and are in a different animal form, and then immediately turn back into like a human. Some of them are walking forward and have they're furbolgs, but they have these wings on them, like almost a spectral celestial wings as a part of who they are. And it's an odd assortment of individuals, but the clearing gets filled in a matter of time. As that happens, there is a thump, 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 and the ground shakes as each one of them sits cross-legged on the ground, leaving Rovar the last one standing. And as he stands, he looks at the group and thump, sits down on the ground.
I said.
He holds a hand up and has you both stand up. And this 30 to 40 strong group of furbolgs looks at you and says, "What do you need us to do?"
Depends on how you want to handle it.
That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. You have 42 furbolgs. Each of different magical prowess and different skill sets and things of that sort. ready to help out the group in any way that they can to rescue the animals of the forest. Should you choose to go diplomatic, should you choose to go aggressive, whatever you may choose to do, you now have the backing of this small collective. All right? So before the next episode, we have Deswa High, and if you can come back, Fortunato, at least for one more.
Probably.
And then this will be after Thanksgiving. So we got plenty of time to think about what we're going to do and how we're going to handle this. We can add, make sure that those items are added to the sheet. You don't have the money yet because the job's not done, but that's okay. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to Indigo Chameleon. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see some of you possibly on Sunday for a super weird homebrew brew with you.
And you.
And you. Yeah, Indigo Connect and our...
Oh no.
I don't even know what question I asked tonight. You guys totally flipped the script. It was great. Are we ever going to stop flipping Billy's script?
Never!
Never. Stay tuned for a raid. Earn those stream points and use them to buy cool stuff like potions and magic weapons and things
And
like
becoming
that.
a god. I didn't forget
And
that.
becoming a divine being. All right. Bye, guys.